just what have you seen from their leadership, helping along CC, Kelsey, and just how's the chemistry been?
It's been good. I think our locker room's been really good. Our young players really craved having some veterans around that could help them, learn the way. Between DB and Tosh and Sid and Sophie, they've been great. The communication, the way they lead by example, their willingness to help them navigate all the things that they're navigating now and will navigate as we strive to get better throughout the course of the season, and their impact on the floor. They're veterans who understand their roles, who come in, who can give us a lift in every area and take a little bit of pressure off of those three.
How do you see Luana's fire combining with CC's fire? Both of them just really want to win that championship. And I know that nothing's been proven yet, but just the fire from both those players.
And them and Sophie, really, all three of them, their competitive spirit, their perfectionist nature in not wasting possessions and not wasting practice time, and understanding that how you do anything is how you do everything. The communication of not taking it easy or taking a step down in drills, whether we go from live to then like skeleton stuff, to in game handling momentum shifts, handling momentum swings, handling the highs and lows. Look, it's early, but when you've got three of the most competitive players to play the game, on the floor at once, they bounce things off of one another really, really easily, and it's been fun to watch.
What made you go after Makayla Timpson? What was special about her in the draft?
We didn't go after her; she fell to us. I don't think we thought at all that she would fall to us. Obviously, she's somebody that I've seen throughout the course of her career and watched her grow. Had a lot of conversations with Brooke just about her growing into the type of player that she is, and I think that her greatest growth is in front of her. She's long, she's athletic, she's got great hands, she's got soft touch. She improved every year. She's coachable. She's played various roles throughout her entire career, so she's used to that. Our team is deep. There are going to be times where she might be in the rotation. There are going to be times where she might not. But her ability to stay ready, her ability to work, to continue to get better. We call her Baby Tosh. I think the sky's the limit for her.
And the last one for me, last year, Caitlin just was thrown into the fire straight from, NCAA has had to get a taste of the WNBA. But now with an off season, some time to relax and also understand what areas she wanted to get better and what were those emphasis for you coming in the conversation, just of how she could be even better this season.
I think the biggest thing is now knowing what to expect. I say it all the time, you don't know what you don't know. And now understanding what to expect, the ebbs and flows of a game, the season, understanding coverages, everybody's bigger, faster, stronger. I thought she, throughout the course of the season last year, really adjusted well. Her priority was getting stronger, getting in the weight room, being stronger, but not just getting stronger, adding muscle, but, time under tension, being able to stay in I always say low man wins, being able to stay in an athletic position, working on stability, balance, all of those things. Continuing to work on different finishes, different cadences in her attacks. Her work with Keith in the offseason, they did such an outstanding job together of really building relationship quickly and working on areas that, if we were an opponent, we'd try to exploit.
Just what are you hoping to get out of today's game, whether it's lineups, rotation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just continuing to build on our rotations, probably going through at least a half or if not 3/4 on really starting to build rotation, looking at different lineups, whether it's offensive lineups, defensive lineups that balance one another out, big lineups, small lineups, different coverages. We're starting to really build layers into our attack offensively and our coverages defensively, just seeing how much we can handle at once.
And I know you talked about 1 second basketball at the Mystics game, kind of going down to half second. Have you seen that progression? So throughout
somewhat, it's been difficult because we haven't really had our whole group of players on the floor in practice full time. So I think the more that they start to get a sense of one another, where to put each other in positions to be successful, everything from where do they like to catch a pass, when they're shot ready to what's the best position to get maybe DB coming off of an action that she likes, or Kelsey in position to be successful. So I think as that starts to come and we start to read one another's instincts and put each other in positions to be successful, we'll start to see that. I don't anticipate us being where we want to be. I think my goal is all-star break. So I have that in mind in terms of our progression.